Hello and welcome to Friday's programme. I'm John T. Messer.
And I'm Ellie Louise Ringe, coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. Hartcliffe in Bristol has been identified as one of the most deprived food deserts in the entire country.
Research published today claims many on the estate in the south of the city don't eat fruit and veg, and that some family members skip meals altogether so others can eat instead. Victoria Davis reports.
Next on the programme, West Country businesses have told ITV News that they are making plans to set up premises in Europe because of fears over Brexit.
Yes, a survey of business leaders in our region has found the majority have little confidence in the government's ability to strike a workable deal with the EU.
In a moment, we'll be hearing from the North East Somerset MP and Brexit champion, that's Jacob Rees-Mogg. But first, Richard Payne reports from Cheddar in Somerset, where one company is facing an uncertain future. Well, one of those who has been particularly outspoken about his party's Brexit plans is the MP for North East Somerset, Jacob Rees-Mogg.
And while he has consistently refused to call for Mrs May to step down, he has consistently opposed her Chequers deal. Our political correspondent David Wood has been speaking to him in Westminster.
And that was David Wood with the MP for North East Somerset, Jacob Rees-Mogg there. Now, a woman who paid over £1 million for a Banksy painting, which then shredded itself just seconds after being sold at auction, will still go ahead with the sale. The art world.
Next tonight, new research has found almost a quarter of 11-year-olds in the southwest don't currently meet the expected standard for reading by the time they leave primary school.
Locally, the figure is 21% in Bath and 27% in Bristol. To tackle the problem, one school has decided to make children read a certain amount every day. Victoria Lampard has the story. Well done. Now, still ahead on the programme before 6:30, the koalas who...
And the ITV News continues with the national and international stories at 6:30. Here's Alistair Stewart with the details.
Now we're going to tell you about the stars of a video involving parents from Nailsea and Stroud touching hearts right around the world. They are the mums and their children using sign language and some well-known musical tunes to show the joy children with Down syndrome bring to their families.
Yes, it follows the success of their carpool karaoke earlier this year, which was viewed more than 230 million times. Well, in a moment we'll be speaking to two of the mums from the video, Kate Morse from Nailsea and Tiffany Smith from Stroud. But first, this report from Mel Barham.
It is an amazing story, and I'm delighted to say that we are joined, well, by a whole host of people who featured in that. Tiffany, Alfie and Nancy as well, and then Kate and Eli. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. Alfie, I've got your cards. I'm just going to have to put those down for a second to talk to Tiffany. You know how well the last one did. This one already over 500,000 views over the last, as of last night. Have you been surprised? And how does it make you feel? Well, there we go. Now, if you think koala, you probably think Australia. But now the first colony in Europe is being set up in Wiltshire at Longleat Safari Park.
Yes, they arrived earlier today after a long flight from the other side of the world and will be part of an international breeding and awareness programme. Sangeeta Talal has the story.
Very cute, love a koala, and I've been reliably informed as well that they're not too worried about a bit of rain, which is just as well because, of course, Storm Callum hit our region today. We escaped the worst of it, but it was still a very wet and windy day.
It certainly was, and Charlie Powell has been monitoring the situation and is at the Met Office for us. Charlie, it's been a bit of a shock to the system, hasn't it, given that we had such lovely sunshine earlier in the week?
Well, that's right. People scrabbling for their umbrellas and swapping T-shirts for woolly jumpers and raincoats, Charlie. It's been a bit of a funny week, hasn't it?
It has.
But before we leave you, let's remind you of the main headlines here in the West Country this evening. And
well, it's goodbye from the two of us. I will be back with the late news for you at 10:30.
Now we'll hand you to Alistair Stewart as the ITV News continues. From all of us, whatever you're doing, dodge those showers and enjoy the weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.